Everyone, and welcome to our good night meditation. Today, our topic, I'm going to disclose our topic little later, and we will listen to a one story today. We will start with the story, and I hope everyone likes bedtime stories, right? So let us listen to the story. So there was this one person, one young man, and his name was Jam. I'm assuming nobody has this name now. So Jam, so he visited his friend. It was like an evening time, and by the time he left his friend's house, it was like little dark. So he started walking on the street, and the street was little dark. So he was walking little fast. There were trees around. He had a little bag on his back, and he was walking. And just for a minute, he stopped for a second, actually, and then he just looked little behind, and he sensed that somebody is behind him, and he started walking fast. And then after a while, just after like a few seconds, half a minute, he realized that that person, whoever is behind, they are also walking very fast. And then he had started getting this fear, and then he started like running. And then he realized that person is also running fast behind him. And then in between, he looked behind. But it was dark, so he couldn't recognize who that person is. And he starts running, 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 running. And in between, with the fear, he had so much of fear within that his backpack, it falls down. But he was so fearful, there is no time to pick up the bag. So he runs again, runs fast, runs fast. And then he realizes that he missed the turn to his house behind. And then he's still running, 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 running. And after some time, he's really exhausted. He couldn't run faster anymore. And he's so exhausted that he just stopped. He just couldn't run anymore. And that person came and he called him by his name. He says, Jam. And then he looked behind. And what he sees is that person was his friend, the one his whom he visited this evening. And he was like so surprised and so shocked by looking at him. He was like, "You were behind me for this long?" He's like, "Yes, I'm trying to call you and I'm trying to catch you because you forgot your wallet at my place." He had that relief later once he realized that that person was his friend. Now, this is what really happens, right? Fear comes when we don't know the reality, when there is something in the dark that we don't know, or there is no light. Then the fear comes because we don't know what that is and we don't know the reality, what's the truth. So, in our life as well, can we create that fearlessness by knowing the reality? And so today, before going to bed, in our meditation, let us create that fearless stage by knowing our true self, the reality. Now, as usual, sit very, very comfortably. Make sure the feet are on ground or they are rested well. Hands are rested well. There is no tension, no pull in any of the muscle of the body. And now let us aim that throughout this meditation, next few minutes, let us focus completely and try to experience, because the real feeling comes when we are in the moment and we experience it. Now, there might be any noise around, any movements, but just let go and accept this physical environment as it is. And let us become aware of our true self, an experiencer who is experiencing all the time, experiencing the touch, the one who is listening to these words, the one who is seeing through these eyes, the one, that beautiful angel and experiencer, is the one that is sitting in this body, an invisible point of light. That is my real self. I am not the body. I am an invisible point of light, an angel sitting behind these eyes at the center of the forehead. And if it helps, you can also hold this image of a tiny little star, the tiny little being, and experiencing the point of light. This body, all the physical things that this being receives, is an extra gift. The body is very, very important to take actions, but even if the body is not there, the real self still exists. because this tiny being belongs to that invisible dimension of light. It doesn't belong to this physical world, the dimension that is made up of five elements: the body, all the physical things are perishable, but this beautiful being, an experiencer, is imperishable, immortal being of light. It gives such a relief when we know our true self, an immortal being of light. Nothing can harm the true self. I, the being of light and angel, I am beyond harm, immortal, imperishable. There is absolutely nothing to lose, and hence there is no fear. And this awareness of the truth, the real self, creates this stage of fearlessness. Anything can happen in this physical world. New situations come, new scenes come in front of the real self. They come and they go, but that doesn't affect the real self. The real self is absolutely secure and hence absolutely fearless. Thank you. So, knowing the reality really creates that fearlessness. Knowing the cells, knowing that I have nothing to lose, creates that fearless stage. So now, as we all go to bed, just remember that I am a tiny point of light, an angel, completely fearless, immortal, imperishable. There are various aspects of fear and fearlessness. We will try to take them on next few Saturdays. through different stories. Thank you and good night.